Hello, I am Kat Woods. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a review over the new Open Bible. Now, for me, I had no idea this Bible was going to be sent to me by Thomas Nelson or from Thomas Nelson, and I had no idea a second Bible was in the mix, to be honest with you. So I've been trying to, I haven't been really focused on what new Bibles are coming out, and I got to stay on top of the new, and I got to just all of that. It's not for me, not from this channel. I share what Bibles I have. If there's a Bible that has been really asked about, I will go out and get it, but I'm not going to hunt down the publishers to get the real news on what's hot. Okay, there are other channels that do that. That's for them, that's their niche, but whatever comes here, that's what I'm going to share. Whatever I purchase, that's what I'm going to share. That's why you see me not sharing. Well, I'm not going to go there. Okay, so anyways, so this one in particular, like I said, this is the new Open Bible. Now, super surprising to me. Again, had no idea this was in the making. This does say the 50th anniversary edition. I purchased this one 2019, just a couple of years ago. So to me, this one is still really new. So come here, Nikki. Come here, Bubba. I don't know what you got on going. All right. So I will show a comparison. So just in case you're new to the whole Open Bible as a whole, you'd never even heard of it. This is the first time you're hearing about it. So you won't be able to look and judge like, okay, they changed that, and I'm going to walk you through all the steps. So this has been out for a long time, hence 50 years. It's been out a long time. Now, I don't have one of the older like 70s, 80s editions. I only have this one in my collection. However, I've seen the older Bibles. This was a huge upgrade from the 70, 80, 90 edition. So that's why it was super surprised to see the 50. Okay, anyways, so we'll do the comparison at the end of it. Now, I do have some good things to say. This is going to be my honest review, and I have one, maybe two bad things to say. Okay, not really bad things, it's just me personally, and like I can see where it's going to go. Okay, nothing to do with the inside of the Bible at all. All right, so first off, as you can tell with shipping, they put the Bibles in the dust cover. They were in nice sturdy boxes which protected the Bible. So that was one of the little complaints. I was like, oh, they should come in a Bible so I can, the Bible could be protected. Even though it is, but yeah, okay. We'll continue on going. All right, so this is the Open Bible from the new, the Thomas Nelson. It is in the new King James translation. Love that translation. I have the black soft, they're leather soft, which is fake leather. It's not anything like leather. All right, coming back here, we're celebrating 50 years of the Open Bible. That is a long time. Now we're going to go over the topical index, concordance, the visual of how the Bible was made, book introductions, how to study the Bible, and Christian guide to the new life. Really like this information through here. It is a clear 9-point readable comfort print font. All right, this gives you a little peek of how the print is. It is red letter from this little peak here, and yeah, it's clear. Here is the ISBN number. You can get it from Thomas Nelson's website. Always look at their website. Here they're also showing Instagram, so check them both out, Facebook and Instagram. Check out their website. And then also Christian book, Amazon, all the other stuff. But I like supporting the ministry that the Bibles come from. So if I'm going to get this, I will actually go to their website to support them. But okay, So like I said, the dust cover, not a huge fan of. I wish they'd done better with that. All right. Looking at the cover, the grain on this is beautiful. The leather soft grain, they're trying to give it a leather look. That green pattern, all of that, it's real beautiful. They have stitching around the perimeter of the Bible. They have the big open Bible right on the front of it. Some people will like that, some people won't. I don't. It doesn't bug me. I don't care if it's blank or not blank, so that doesn't bug me. Now there are gold foiling hubs, so they're not raised, they're just foiling hubs, also along with the open Bible and their little NKJV and their little house. Here's the back with the ISBN number that is already rubbing off. You can't even make that out. So this will happen to the spine. All this will eventually be rubbed off. Now, the only complaint that I have here is the cover itself. This cover, I feel, for me just breaking it in, it's going to fall off. I wish they've done a better job, and for the attention to detail that Thomas Nelson puts on their Bibles, this was surprising to see. This feels like it's an actual 80s genuine leather Bible, like that poor like pigskin, and just I know I've felt a lot of Bibles, and this is not going to last me nothing but maybe a month, 2 months at the max. This was not impressed. Really disappointed with this cover. They could have put some thicker liner in here. I mean, it just looks like it's a piece of paper covering this thick. If the Bible was thin, then it wouldn't be so bad. But this is a big, thick Bible. Like this isn't going to hold up at all. Like if you could feel it in your hand, when you feel it in your hand, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Like this cover decision, not good at all. Especially for the price of $80. This is $80. You're gonna tell me I have to spend $80 to get a cover that's not going to last? I mean, okay, now I'll digress from the cover. Not impressed with the cover. So if I know there's an option for the premium leather, which is not another 20-40 bucks, who knows? I didn't look. I don't know of the different options. We'll come through the copyright page to see, but they always have an option for the leather. Get the leather, because this is not it. This is not it at all. Really disappointing. So the presentation page is where we come in, and there is a paste down liner. Also, we only have one. I was about to say, is there two that's maybe tucked in? No, we only have one ribbon marker. Again, for a Bible this size, you're going to need two, one for the old and one for the new. They only gave you one. It is a beautiful. They do know how to do their ribbons, just looking at it. The length of it is gorgeous. The thickness, the softness is double satin ribbon. I mean, that is stunning. I will not be changing this ribbon. I'll only be adding another ribbon to it. So, good props on the ribbon. That's amazing. It is sewn. We do have a black matching head and tail band. We have excess glue from the headband up here. So you know what I'm talking about when I say matching head and tail band. This black line, this is the headband, and the tail band is down here below. Okay? So they're both not called, like this isn't called head and tail band, and this is not called head and tail band. The head is on top and the tail is below. All right? For those of you who don't know, I've seen a couple of reviewers just call, but like, okay, anyways, okay. Coming on in, we do have a wrinkle page. I show you how to fix that problem. So this is a title page. You only have to get a bone folder, an actual bone folder. Just look up that tool and you go through. All right, so they do not show other options. So you will have to check out their website to see other kind of options, if they have like an index and a leather option, hardcover, all of that. I would not recommend this cover. Okay, no more about the cover. All right, here is the copyright page. It is a brand new, like it's copyright 25. It's printed in South Korea. It is the comfort print. This is a welcome to the Open Bible. Highly recommend reading over all of this, especially if you're new to the Open Bible. There's a contributors for the Open Bible. The paper, it's nice, soft, buttery paper. I really love this paper. The excess, the second color, the excess color, not excess as in more, the additional color, it's blue, so I like that blue color. You're going to see why I mentioned that because, okay, we'll look at the second one later. So this is the Open Bible, how to use the Open Bible. So it's going to have topical indexes, cross references, translator notes. So whenever I'm pointing to like the translator notes, a lot of people think it's the references. It's not. It's this right here gives a good explanation what the translator notes are. So I really like that information there. The visual survey over the Bible. Now this is what the Open Bible is, I would say, known for, but it's known for their themes. But this information was in black and white, kind of light in the 80s edition Bible. So they really updated the print. It's really crisp, really clean. Like if you're sitting there with an 80s version and you get one of the new ones, you're never going to pick up that 80s version again. I mean, it's good to have just because you've had the Bible so long, not saying to get rid of it, but the ghosting is way different. Like the paper quality is way different. The way they print now, I mean, it's just the printing has came a long way from back in the 80s. Like it's on a whole new different level. And you could see that just from the quality of like the paper and the quality of the print, and it looks really, really good. They did an amazing job. I like the little pop of blue that comes through. Even in the map, like this grid, it's blue. Love that. All right, so we're not going to sit here and go through all the pages, but there's a lot of information. I highly recommend going through. They have a principle, then they have a practice. All of these pages all had this little key down here. So it's a ton of information. All right. Then we have how to study the Bible. If you're brand new, if you're a seasoned Christian, we all have this same question. How are we to study the Bible? This is information you're going to want to read. It walks you through different kinds of studies you can do. There's a personal Bible study. There's a systematic Bible study, which is a word study, paragraph study, verse study, chapter study, book study, topical study, which is what this Bible, in my opinion, is really shining on. A family Bible study. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you get the picture, just looking at all this information. All right, the scarlet thread of redemption. Christian guideline. This is information you're really going to want to know. Again, for a beginner or a seasoned Christian. If you don't understand what a seasoned Christian is, that just means it's a Christian that's been in the Word for many, 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 many years. So I'll call you beginners baby Christians. So you're just a baby Christian. You got to learn. So, all right. Going on through, this is where the Open Bible shines. If you want to do any kind of topical study, you want to get the Open Bible. If there's many topics you want to cover, if there's one topic you want to cover, the information on this is amazing. Now, let me go to my word of the year, which is grace. I kind of should have had this marked so I didn't have to look for it and everything. But, and then I'm going to break it down to show you what Grace, grace. Okay. So my word of the year is going to be grace. And they have all of these verses that I get to look up. Now, just at a whole uses, okay, a bunch of verses. But hold on one second. Okay, I apologize and I apologize if I sound like a little nasally. My allergies are really fighting them right now. So, okay, I do apologize. As I was saying, grace is my word of the year, and how they break up every word is they have the grace, and then they give like a little description over it. Okay, and this description is unmerited favor. So God's favor, God's forgiving mercy, gospels, and then they give you the verses, obviously, to look them up. That's A. For B, it's the source of grace. So there was the description. Now here's the source, and then there's salvation and so on and so on. That wasn't enough. We're also going to go over described as, believers, and then the dangers of grace. Are you serious? I've never seen any Bible break up their topical studies in that manner. Normally, it's like a Strong's Concordance. They just give you a whole list, and you have to, do some detective work and figure out what each of these verses is over. So, what's the difference between Acts 15 and then Genesis 6:8? Well, this Genesis 6:8 is the unmerited favor, and then Acts 15:11, it is the source of grace. Like, I would never get that. I like how they split it up, and they're teaching you. This is another extra step, teaching you on what to look for when it comes to these verses outside of just the word. So, love that. Okay, let me show you how thick this Topical concordance is. Like, this takes up a lot of the Bible. Okay, topical index there. And then topical index, Genesis, topical index. All of this. This is a lot. This isn't a concordance. This is themes over the Bible. Any word, every word you could think of that you could possibly need. There's just so much information. This is a lot just for themes. So this is why this is like the ultimate theme Bible. If you want to focus on themes or a certain word, a word study, something like that, this is it. This is what you're going to want to get. Okay, this is information over the translation. Again, make sure you're reading through all the translations for yourself. Don't take what you heard someone else regurgitate from somebody, and then somebody didn't say something correctly or somebody misunderstood. Learn the translation, what the translation is for yourself. Okay? Don't go asking some other person because they may not know, or they may have heard some wrong information. You're going to get the wrong information, and you're going to share wrong information. So that's why I always try to tell you guys on this channel, learn for yourself. Okay. Now let's get here to where we're only focused on the Bible. Okay. These are the books introductions. So all 66 books will have its own introduction. Again, I like that little touch of blue. We have the book of Genesis, and okay, you get it. I don't have to talk. Less talking's good, Kat. Less talking's good. All right. We have Christ. A lot of people think Jesus is only in the New Testament. That is incorrect. He was at the very beginning. This tells you how, and this walks you through it. So make sure you're paying attention. So when somebody tells you, I only read the New Testament because that's for us, and that's when it talks about Jesus, you can correct them and you can say, in fact, no, he was in the beginning and he was in Job, and it just all of it. He is there. That's why the whole Bible is important to read. Okay, I'm going to get off that. I digress. Here is a little overview, a nice little chart. We got two different color blues. We have a light grayish blue and then a dark blue. Again, little attention to detail, you guys, that little attention. So if you know what the open Bible looks like, you're going to look at this and be like, what happened? What Bible am I looking at? This doesn't even look like the open Bible. That was my thoughts. That was the first thing that I said was, wait a minute, what did they do to the open Bible? This is so new. I'm going to have to get you down. I thought bringing you down like that would be easier, but it's not. So let's bring you down. Let's let you look at this. Look for one at the 2-column format. We have the blue, again, chapters, black verse numbers. These, we know what these are about. All of the open Bibles, they have like this little, I guess an article is what you could call them. Like a little article over something that we're reading up here. And then they always take us further on other verses and other articles and stuff like that. So this has always been there, these little extra helps. But they haven't been in this blue color. I really like that blue color. Here are the translator notes. This is something that they've added new. The older versions, or the 2019 version, not really old. I hate saying that because it's not really old. They don't have the word study like this. This is an actual word study. And if we're looking really close, we get the word, which is man, the Hebrew word, where in other verses it can be found over, little information over it. We have the chapter numbers in blue, the chapter verse numbers and the book of the Bible in blue with the page number. So there's no page numbers at the bottom. Everything's up there on top. Now coming down right in the gutter space, some of the words are a little bit in the gutter, but they're not too bad. This right here is the gutter for those of you who are new to that. I think with over time, they may lay a little bit flat, but there is an inch right here, like not really a lot. It may not be an inch. Yeah, it's a little less than an inch, but there is some margin space on the left side, the bottom side, and the right side margin. So you can write like a little note. You could do it long ways like here. So there is a little bit of space, but it's not made for writing notes. I am very impressed with the way that this font design is. It's very clean. It's very clear. If I was going to do any kind of underlining from the top, bottom, any kind of marking out a single word, the letters, words, everything's not all squeezed together to where I don't know what I'm marking up. It looks like I'm marking up 2 words or highlighting 2 words. Okay. There's another one of those box words. That one's over prayer. Oh, and there is gold gilding, but no art gilt. So when you open it up, it's just white. I will be coming in with my infamous blue art gilt. So I'm bringing this Bible. I'm going to upgrade it. I'm going to put blue art gilt to match this beautiful blue accent in there. So that will happen. You will be seeing that. All right. So pushing on through. I guess I could do a real good comparison because it is 20 minutes in. Just looking at that, we can all pretty much tell the difference. For those of you who do have the older Bibles. So if you were going to go to Half Price Books, or maybe you were gifted an open Bible and you just didn't know that there was a 50th edition coming out, you will be sitting there. Let me get back to numbers. So numbers 11. Let's see if these match up too. Okay. So this is the same page, but they don't match up. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to bring you down one more time. I do apologize about that, but it's for a good purpose. All right, so this is, I guess this is 12. Well, yeah, 12's over here. So they don't match up. So if you're thinking that they're going to match up, they're not, for a few reasons, okay? This is the old style. The secondary color was red. So they did away with that red color. They did add the blue. I like the blue. I feel like the blue gives more of a brightness, a more of a new modern look. The red has always been super popular. However, they do have these center column references. This is where the Open Bible kind of shined from. It had these center column references, and it had this beautiful like box imprint, but the verse numbers were in red. So you could easily find what you were looking for. And when I seen this over here, I was like, they completely removed the references. There's no references. They're not down here below. They're no longer in the center. What happened? Where are the references? Well, what they did was they put them at the end. So here you had to hunt down, okay, well, this is going to be over here. I have to look where this goes here. I have to find and hunt down my reference. They put the reference right on the verse that it pertains to, whatever it's talking about. So I love that. That is a nice point. I do wish they continued on. I mean, I guess they don't need. So they don't need to put chapter 11, verse 18, because they completely took this out and they put it right by 18. So it's right there. So never mind. They don't even need to do that because it's at the end. So that's different. That's very different. I kind of like it, but I wish that they would now. I guess now that I know that they're there, and I don't think that they're like missing, I now know where to look for. If I want any kind of references, I can find it here. And this little A that you see, this isn't going to be for a reference. Normally, these little A's and B's and little letters will be for a reference that you have to go find. So for example, over here, we know, okay, number 6 has a reference. We're going to have to find it over here. A and then A. That's not the same in this case. Whenever we see any letter in the new one, that's going to be a textual footnote. Remember, if you don't know what a textual footnote, you're going to have to go to the very beginning and read over that. There's textual footnote information down here. So whenever you see any kind of additional letters in the verse itself, come down here. There's a textual verse or a textual footnote. Okay? They're not going to go over and say, hey, there's a reference. You'll have to look at the end of each verse to see if there's any references. That's a different. That was really surprising. It really surprised me to see. And I literally said, oh, there are no more references. Why would they remove the references? The Open Bible was, I don't want to say kind of known for their references because they're not, but you knew when you opened up the Bible, there were going to be those center column references. They've always had them there. Well, somebody in the committee said, nope, let's remove them. Let's make it more readable. Let's make it more modern. That was a good step. The more I'm looking at it, the more I see that was a good step because it really, really, really cleaned up the Bible. It looks fresh. It looks clean. I like that blue. It looks bright. So they did really good with that. I like that. I just had to get over the shock. Okay, I'm sorry, but I had to get over that shock. I was like, what happened? Now we know in the New Testament, there is red letter. Thomas Nelson, they do know how to do red letter, in my opinion. They don't have no pinky red letter, no orangey red letter. There always seems pretty consistency in the print when it comes to their red letter too. Maybe 1 or 2 pages and one or two Bibles every now and then, but that's always going to happen. You can never have a perfect of everything Bible, for especially if it's manufactured like this. It's just sometimes it's going to happen. Anyways, the red letter, beautiful, very readable, no distraction on the previous page. It's just an overall an exciting Bible. I can't wait to read it. Yeah, it's just I'm drawn to it because it's the whole clean, the crispness of it. Now, what surprises me, the comfort print, I don't like the comfort print design in a small version. So anything from 6 to typically 9, it's too small. When it goes 10, 11, 12, then that makes the letters bigger and they don't look like they're cut off. The comfort print to me, now this is only to me, that this is not a knock on it. This isn't saying the design is bad because everyone loves this design. I understand because it's a modern, beautiful look. It's typically how any normal Bible or book looks like if you're just going to get a book off the shelf. But some of the letters, so like the T's, they don't really look like T's if you're reading it really. I mean, they do, but when the comfort print is too tiny, they don't. You have to make the letters bigger in order to make it look. I don't know. It's just an eye thing for me. I really don't know how to explain it. But this 9, it is more reading like a 9.5. So it's not super small. So if you're sitting there thinking like, I wish it was 10 or 11 or a little bit bigger, the print boldness is what's helping. If it was a lighter gray color, then I would say you're going to have some difficulties. But because it's so crisp, it's printed very clearly, the spacing amount, you're not going to struggle. I mean, depending on your eyesight, I don't know everybody. I can't say for everybody. You know you best, but they did a really good job with it. Having the dark print will help in those areas. The only thing that we're really seeing from the next page will be the articles. So these big outlines, here's an outline, that big strip of color, that's the only thing that we're seeing from the previous page is just that. So thinking that you're going to get this Bible and see any kind of distractions, it's not going to happen. Again, the quality of paper is amazing. The feel of the paper, it's amazing. It's super soft. It feels like high premium paper, which me, personally, I love. So let's come back here and see the helps that they have also in the back of the Bible. We have Revelation. The red letter will continue on from Matthew to Revelation. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes they only red letter just when Jesus was on the earth. So just the Gospels. Nothing else will be red letter. I like it when they take it from all of it. Like everything Jesus said in the New Testament is going to be red letter. No matter if he's on earth or in heaven. Okay, so they do have a read through the Bible in a year reading plan. We have 60 days through the story scripture. I like this. This is a good idea. Again, for any baby Christian, you don't know what to do. You don't know where to start. This right here will take you from the beginning. So yes, take you from the beginning, Genesis, not the beginning of Matthew, the beginning of Genesis, and then take you all the way through Revelation. It's going to give you certain chapters. So you get the overall story, which is what I believe everyone should start with. You know where, love. Highly recommend everyone reading this. I kind of want to, I wish, okay, anyways. So the Jewish calendar. We got weights. We have prophecies of the Messiah and then when Jesus filled them. So here are the prophecies in the scriptures. This is the subject over what the prophecies are about. And then this is when Jesus filled them. So we have several of those. Then we have the teaching and illustrations of Jesus Christ. So all the teachings that he did, everything that he talked about, everything that he taught his disciples, come back through here because he could also teach them to you. Parables of Jesus Christ. So these are the different parables. So if you want to look up the fig tree, the wedding feast, this tells you right where to find it. And then, so it gives you the passage. Let me get you in a little bit closer. It gives you the passage. It gives you the theme. So maybe you're a brand new Christian, but you are curious about what these stories are. It tells you a little bit about what they are, and it gives you a summary. But please, don't just read the summary thinking you know everything about the wedding of the feast. Go through and read the chapter, read the verses, all right? Get a little bit more information and not just the summary over it. Well, hey, hold on, little ones. I'm coming out. My little kitties outside, they're like, okay, we're hungry. All right, so we have the miracles of Jesus chart. Oh, it did start there. Okay, we have the chart over the Gospels. Then the history of the 12 apostles. So, very, very, very powerful information that we all need to know. We should all be knowing the history of the Bible. We should know the history of the apostles. Very, very powerful information. Okay? Don't get somebody else's advice, what somebody else thinks. None of that. Learn it for yourself. The English Bible and where it developed from. Facts about the Bible right here. Okay, this is more information. Okay, so any facts about the Bible, the laws of the Bible. I told you there is a lot of stuff, you guys. Okay, biblical archaeology. There we go. The powerful story. I mean, oh my goodness, it's never ending. It's going and going and going. Word index study. So all those little blue boxes with the little words, this is all of them, and this is where you could find them at. So if you're looking for one in particular and you want to see if whatever word that you're thinking not only has a theme but also has like an extra word study, come back here. There's the index for it. Then we have the map, the charts, the illustration index. Then we have the index to the Mosaic prophecies. Now we have the concordance. The concordance is a 3-column concordance. The word that we're going to be looking up is in blue. So it's very tiny. Yes, I already see that. I know you're screaming in the phone. I get it. It is tiny, but it's still, again, very readable. Okay. Now the concordance isn't exhausted. This is a good concordance. Just like the theme at the very beginning, the list of all those theme words, this is the concordance. So this Bible will be an amazing tool for, again, any beginner and a seasoned Christian. This Bible, I believe, everyone. I don't always tell everybody you need every single Bible that I review. Not every Bible I review is perfect for everybody, but there will be certain Bibles, such as this one in particular. I will say every student of the Word and every family, I believe, needs to have at least one open Bible in their household. Okay, if you're by yourself, you're going to need a study Bible in your arsenal. Okay, so we have a couple of colored maps on this beautiful cardstock paper. They did an amazing with the cardstock paper. There is no glare. I got powerful lights in here, and there's no kind of glare. There's very clean, crisp printing. You can read even the tiny little cramped little letters and names and stuff. Very, very beautiful. And I love the colors. They did an amazing job overall when it comes to the print. The print of this Bible, the layout, the design. I mean, it surprised me. For the 50th edition, it took me for a loop. It was amazing. I like it. I like the blue. I'm going to like it more when I add on that blue art gilt to really pop off everything. You're going to see this Bible again, trust me. But the only disappointment was this. I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to put it in a cover because I know the way I use Bibles was, I'm not really hard on my Bibles. I baby all my Bibles, but this is going to rip. Just from me opening and closing this, it's already starting to crease right here. That's not okay, especially for $80. Are you serious? No, Thomas Nelson. Okay, but the ribbon, amazing. Love it. And overall, the Bible is stunning. Just don't get the leather soft. Okay, save your money. You're not going to save your money. You're going to have to spend a little bit more money to keep this Bible for a longer. Unless you want to get a Bible to rebind. This would be a stunning Bible to rebind. So they could take this off and wrap it in good leather that's going to last not only your lifetime, but your children's lifetime. Then this is it. This is it. So if there are any Bible rebinders that are out there that want to rebind this Bible for me, go ahead, leave them in the comments below, because I will totally let you do that. Okay, as always, remember, be a creative tool in our Father's art box. I will talk to you all later. Bye.